Yeah, hi folks. I guess if you watched television yesterday, you would have seen that the US border agents used tear gas to disperse these immigrants from, or so-called immigrants from South America. Anyway, so let's have a look at some fake news on this story.
Hundreds of Central American migrants have tried to breach Mexico's border with the US. The men, women and children were repelled when American officers fired tear gas.
And they fired tear gas, and rightfully so. This is a great way to disperse an unruly mob. It's the only way. That's the only safe way, I think. Once, a long time ago, or quite a few years ago, when I was in Seoul, I got caught up in a riot and I got exposed to tear gas. And my God, it's nasty stuff. It really stings. It is the easiest way and the safest way to stop mobs like this.
Thousands of migrants have now arrived in Tijuana. They say they're fleeing violence, poverty. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is there.
Tonight, chaos erupting on the border. Hundreds of migrants rushing to cross into the U.S. from Mexico. The group pushing past Mexican authorities in riot gear, climbing over barricades. One group attempting to climb on top of this train where they were confronted by Mexican police. At one point, migrants retreating after reports of border agents throwing tear gas canisters.
And it is a tense situation here right now. These Mexican police in riot gear pushing this group of migrants back. They are yelling at the officers, angry because they say that tear gas injured 2 children earlier today.
Oh, the tear gas injured 2 children today. But she doesn't say why this happened. The fake news media never say why it happens. They always just go on emotion. It's unbelievable. So let's go now and see why it happened.
And Brandon Judd now, the president of the National Border Patrol Council, the union representing U.S. border agents. He's also a veteran border agent himself. Brandon, thank you for being with me today. A lot of the questions today have to do with the numbers of people now that have reached our border. Can you talk to that, just the facts of how many there really are along the border at this point?
Yeah, right now we're looking at a couple thousand that are in Tijuana. I believe that it's estimated right now to be between 4,000 and 6,000 people that are in Tijuana. Then if you work your way out east to Mexicali, then you've got another between 1,000 to 3,000 individuals in Mexicali. So this is an unprecedented caravan. We've never seen a caravan of this size.
I've never seen a caravan of this size.
Nor have we seen the violence that's been associated.
Yeah, nor have they seen the violence before.
Associated with caravans before, and that's what's becoming very, very untenable, and it's becoming very disappointing that activist groups continue to allow these groups or encourage these groups to break our laws and to encourage them to try to do things in a manner that is not legal.
21 years, and people can see this on the screen as they are watching Outnumbered Overtime right now. We're putting up some facts about you. 21 years as a Border Patrol. Have you ever had to use tear gas in a situation?
I've used, so there's different ways to use tear gas. We have what we call PLS, or pepper ball launchers, that we use to saturate areas. Yes, I have had to use that in Naco, Arizona. And so there's been situations that we've had to do these things, and what you have to look at is this was absolutely, the way these people rushed the border was absolutely monstrous. They pushed women and children up front, and then behind those women and children, they started throwing rocks, cement bricks, they started throwing bottles at our Border Patrol agents, and so
So there you go. These guys pushed women and children into the front, and they got behind and started throwing rocks at the agents. And that's what the fake news will never ever report on.
It became a very, very dangerous situation, not just for our agents, but it also became a dangerous situation for the public at large. We were forced to use the action that we used, and it was the appropriate level of action.